Ladies and gentlemen, today is Thursday the 17th of December, and today Mojang released another new snapshot for Minecraft 1.9, the combat update. It's getting ever closer, but apparently this is the last round of snapshots released this year, so expect a few more bug fix snapshots next year and then the final release. Today they released 15w51a and then quickly followed it up with 15w51b. Fixing some crashes and additional bugs. These are strictly bug fix snapshots. There are no new features in them, but they contain some really interesting and long-awaited fixes. My name is slicedlime, let me guide you through the changelog of these two snapshots. First and most importantly, finally, they have fixed a bug that a lot of people have been asking for in order to be able to play the new snapshots. It's a bug where the world would stop loading if you were riding around in something, be it a horse or a minecart. The world would stop loading, you would not get any new chunks, and of course your game would break completely from that. And that has been fixed finally, so you should now be able to properly play your old world, even if they have long minecart tracks or are based around horse transportation. They also fixed a bug where horses and some other entities would spin as they tried to move. Let's talk more about transportation. The new boat types of different wood would all drop wood planks of oak type. That has now been fixed, so they all drop their own type of wood. And also, if you traveled around in a boat with the new Frost Walker enchant on your boots, you would create a layer of frosted ice, one block under the surface. There are also some mob fixes. The Ender Dragon has gotten a fix. In pre-1.9 worlds, it would automatically respawn. That has now been taken away, so if you wanted to fight the dragon, you have to resummon it using Ender crystals. Villagers, in a long series of bug fixes, would not recognize doors as being blocked correctly. That has now been fixed. There are a bunch of game mode related fixes in these snapshots. Spectators opening a chest with a loot table would actually cause all the loot to generate according to their player attributes. In these snapshots, the loot will no longer generate until a player outside of spectator mode opens the chest. Then there are a number of mobs that would react to players in spectator and creative mode that have been fixed. That includes bats flying away from creative mode players, endermen remaining hostile if you switched to creative or spectator mode, and the same goes in general for mobs following players around in spectator or creative mode, and wolves that joined in an attack on a player would stay aggressive regardless of a game mode switch. Some command and NBT fixes. If you use the world border warning and then distance or time without an extra argument, you would get an error. That has been fixed. When you use the /game rule command, you would not get any feedback of what the game rule value was or what changed. So using /game rule now actually gives you information about what the game rule is after changing it. There used to be two different functions of the spawn protection radius, so if you would set the spawn protection radius, you would also set the randomization of spawning radius, which meant that you couldn't increase the spawn protection radius without also increasing the area in which players could randomly spawn. That has now been changed by adding a new game rule. You can set it by using /game rule spawn radius and then a number. The default is 10, and if you set it to 0, the player will spawn in the exact world spawn location. Armor stands had a bug with their disabled slots data field, where setting certain values would not do what was expected of them. That has now been fixed, and if you want the details for that, I'll provide a link down in the video description to the actual bug fixed. It's a bit intricate. There are also a bunch of fixes for permissions problems, so Ender crystals could be placed by players in adventure mode regardless of their permission flags. The do mob loot game rule did not affect the dropping of music discs from mobs, and the silverfish could go into blocks regardless of what the mob griefing game rule was set to. The rest of the fixes are basically rendering glitches and UI fixes. The glowing effect, the highlight from spectral arrows, had a bit of a weird shape around certain mobs. That has now been fixed, so the glowing outline actually matches the mob contours. And also the glowing effect when it stopped rendering would cause things to blink invisible for one frame. If you held a skull, the inner elytra texture wouldn't render, and holding items overall would brighten elytra slightly. If you had a skin with a transparent pixel in its hat texture, that would render as opaque on skulls. And things that you would pick up, items, blocks, XP orbs, would appear transparent and or grey. when you pick them up for a little bit. There's also a few fixes to the order of things displaying in the resource pack menu, the debug message unable to locate sign at a certain coordinate, and some certain characters and enchantment texts not displaying properly. Those were all the bug fixes for these versions. If you want to find out more about what happened before this in the Minecraft 1.9 snapshots, then head over to my Minecraft news playlists linked on screen right now. There you can find update videos for all the snapshots for Minecraft 1.9 this far. If you want to try this one out, head into your Minecraft launcher, create a new profile and select Enable Experimental Development Versions. Then save and start the game using that profile and you will be playing the latest snapshot version, which is currently this one, 15w51b. And that will remain the latest version for the rest of this year. If you do try it, then be careful. Snapshots are known to be unstable and can crash or even break your world, so try them on a test world or on a backup. I hope you found this update video useful, and if you did, please help me out and leave a like on the video. If you want to stay up to date with all of the snapshot news, then feel free to subscribe to the channel, where I post update videos for all the snapshots and new versions of Minecraft. This has been slicedlime, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.